We're going to go in there, plead not guilty to charges, and then we're going to fight for the reason as to why he was.
You gotta wait, man. Shit.
What? Hello everyone, welcome back to another MBRP video. Today I'm jumping in here with Ace and Officer Sully again as we do some fun RP lawyer stuff before my court hearing tonight for Atlas. So I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to sit down, we're going to talk with our lawyer finally since we weren't able to yesterday, but enjoy this video. Bloody motherfucking hell. Oop. Oh.
Y'all listen up. Atlas Morning, I need you to come forward, please.
Okay. Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead and put your hands behind your back for me, okay?
Yeah, I know how this works.
Alright, you got a legal counsel here to come and see you, okay?
Good. Been needing to speak with my lawyer.
You ain't got anything that's gonna poke me, stick me, or stab me, do you?
Nah, man.
Alright. Now we got everything set.
Thank God.
We're good to go. So how you feeling? Are you feeling nervous? Anything like that?
Oh, no. No. Not really. I mean, to be honest, it is just a trial hearing to verify that I can get out on bail with a monitor.
It's a preliminary hearing. It's a preliminary hearing. It's not a bond hearing. It's a preliminary hearing.
It's a bail hearing.
A 2-in-1. Are you having a 2-in-1?
I think so. Also, you might have to let me walk through this one too. Is it being stupid? There we go.
Alright, before you sit down, just let me uncuff you for a minute.
Thank you.
Alright, no funny business. You hear me? Sit down.
No funny business at all.
Sit down. Thank you. I'll be right
Okay. Finally.
Block C, DC, prisoner number 1257, Atlas, in visitation. Alright, come on, sir, if you can go ahead and follow me.
Alrighty.
Alright, so, this is a legal request, correct?
Correct. Yep. This is
Okay.
for attorney. Yep.
Okay. So, with the state of San Andreas, I believe it's 20 minutes. I believe 20 or 30 minutes with the legal counsel, 15 minutes with family. So, just take as long as you need. Okay.
Yeah, we probably won't use that much. Just trying to see what's going on for the hearing tonight. That's all.
Okay. And also, you know, you are aware that I do have to stay inside of the room with Mr. Atlas on the side, just to make sure he doesn't do anything stupid.
But I need the attorney-client privacy. I mean, I don't think he can really get through the glass. Are you talking about standing right outside the door?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely,
yeah,
that's fine. Yep.
That's what I meant. Not.
Okay. Yeah.
With
Yep.
him.
That's fine with me.
I'm not going to jail for. Yeah. No, I'm good.
Alrighty.
Just
I'll
let me know
knock
when
on the
you're
door
done,
once
okay?
I'm done.
Alrighty.
All right, Mr. Mornings, how we doing? I am Barry Burton. I'm assuming you do want to hire me for this, correct?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty. So first and foremost, before we get started, I just got to pull up some files here so I have everything on hand, as well as I will be sending a letter with the staff here that they're going to deliver to you for you to sign for my appointment of counsel for the case. Basis of tonight here meeting is just obviously before your court hearing. I want to get a basis of what you're looking to do here at the preliminary hearing. It's not going to be a long hearing in capacity. What it's going to be is just, we're going to be entering a plea on the charges that you're being charged with, and then we're obviously going to be requesting bail to try to get you out of the prison in some fashion until we wait for trial. And then after we do so, I'll have, if they do let you out on bail, on whatever the stipulation, I'm going to have you come to my office, and we'll go in more of an in-depth meeting in order to prepare for trial if that's the route that this goes. So just give me 1 second here. Let me get my notebook up here, and as well as the charges and the report, so I could read it as follows. So we together. So just give me 1 second here.
Okay. Okay. I can trust this. He's a good lawyer, I can tell. It looks like a good lawyer. Dresses in what looks like purple. I can't really tell from this glass angle. But I mean, I trust him. He's the only decent lawyer in this damn town. We get what we need. We can do this. I have a good feeling the court case might go good in my direction.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and list off the charges that were filed by the police department. It looks like we have Class B misdemeanor for B misdemeanor for an illegal firearm. We have a Class B misdemeanor for a discharge of a firearm, and it looks like we also have an attempted murder, which is a Class C felony. Does that sound familiar to you, Mr. Moorings?
All of that sounds familiar besides that last one. I was never told of that one.
I just wanted to read out just so that you knew what we're going into court to enter a plea in the preliminary hearing for. So those are the 4 charges that we're looking at: 3 misdemeanors and a felony for attempted murder. Now, give me a second. I'm going to pull up the arrest report, and I'll read that as follows. So hopefully we can further understand here as to what all these charges are entailed in regards to the report. So just 1 second here. Let me pull the report.
Felony, where the fuck did that come from? What the fuck? I was under specific acknowledgement that I was only having 3 charges, not 4. Where the fuck did that 4th one come from? Like, literally, I remember.
So as I look in the file here with the LSPD versus Moorings, it looks like it was attached with another individual, but we'll get into that because it's not what we're not here for that person. But it's looking to me like the Los Santos Police Department didn't attach your arrest report in there. This is all stating about someone else. So I'm gonna have to get in touch with. Well, actually, it is. If I read it here, well, let me get the full report here, and we'll go from there. So on January 25, senior officer responded to a call for a dead body next to a vehicle on the floor in front of Los Santos Customs. The 9 call came from Mr. Morning, who saw the body outside his business. Officer Greg requested backup. Detective Bosny from the LSPD B2 responded upon arrival. Detective Soto saw the officer speaking to Moorings. At the time of his arrival, the victim was already transported to Pillbox Medical Center. There was a vehicle with mid-damaged key, and registration was recovered from the car. It came back to who were investigating another case, and I'm assuming that's the person that is also attached in this case as well. I don't believe that is going to have anything to do with your case in this situation, but looks like they're combining this for some sort of reason that we'll figure out at a later date. Moreover, Detective Bob decided to search CCTV to find clues on the case. Upon recovering CCTV, there was one clip showing Mr. Burgess shooting, and I'm assuming Mr. Burgess is the other person involved, shooting at the shop. And the video containing Mr. Mooring appears walking out of the business with the same clothing as arrested on the shooting. So maybe I got my stuff up here in regards. Let me scroll up in this file real quick to see if there's more to it, or maybe the officer might have it mixed up a little bit. Hold on.
This sounds mixed up. I do apologize. His mic is probably a little choppy to you guys.
Mr. Moorings?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so the LS Customs is your business. Okay.
It was.
To clarify so I have everything, so I know this. All right. So it looks here as when Detective Bosny noticed Mornings driving into the top level garage of his store inside of a black two-door Mazda. Mr. Mornings was seen exiting
Purple,
vehicle
okay.
and opening gunfire into Mr. Burgess's colored Jeep SUV. You can then see Mr. Mooring running back into his black Mazda with an unregistered firearm. He mentioned in a statement earlier that day. Reversed, then drove away from the top parking lot. At first, Detective Bosny did not know who this was in the footage of the shooting of Burgess's Jeep. However, when watching a separate video involving Mr. Burgess's up the shop, LS Customs, I'm assuming here, in the ground parking lot at the property from a separate video, also recovered from CCTV at Los Santos Customs. When Mr. Burgess drove away, he noticed Mr. Mooring coming out of the business with the same clothing description at the shooting from Mr. Burgess's Jeep earlier that day. Detective Bosny, Special Operations Jenkins, and State Detective Lieutenant Speedy arrested Mr. Mooring in front of his parts store for the crime. He was transported to MRPD for booking. Suspect was fingerprinting, reading his charges, and then he was sent to be held for a bail hearing. All right, so I want to hear a little bit from you, so I get an understanding of from you, obviously as my client, what's going on. Obviously, I read this here. There is evidence attached that I got to review as well before the court hearing. It looks like some video footage as well as some picture footage as well. So why don't you tell me just a quick second about your recollection of this and whatnot. And I need you to just be full, transparent, and honest with me. That's the only way I'm going to be able to help you is if I know everything and the reasons behind it. So we can try to find some sort of a way to get you out of here.
To be fully blunt and honest, sir, my lawyer, the shooting with the Jeep that I did happened literally the day after. It was the same day. It was the 21st, but the other guy I'm trying to sue shot up my entire store first. So I was taking my own revenge by shooting up a Jeep that he had parked above my store.
All right, I'm going to cut a second. Just as you start to piece things together, and we only have a short amount of time, so we got to try to be relatively quick here, because this is only a preliminary hearing, but I just want to get a little bit of an understanding like that. So you said the gentleman shot up your shop, and then the following day after you decided to shoot up his Jeep. Do you, at the time that you decided to shoot up his Jeep, Mr. Mornings, are you a licensed carrier of a weapon? And is that weapon registered?
No, sir. That gun came with the shop when I bought it. At the time, I assumed it was a firearm registered to the shop.
And now, Mr. Mornings, why didn't you report this to the police that the gun came with the shop? What was the reason not reporting the gun?
To keep it for protection. I was planning to get my own weapons license the day I was arrested.
So you were planning to keep a weapons license the day you were arrested. So that's where it's going to become into trick in it's going to become tricky due to the fact that moving to this state, you should understand that you do have to have a license to carry to have a firearm in the state of San Andreas. And now let me ask you, like I said, we got to be kind of quick here because we're on a time crunch. In regards to your statement with the police, now I need to look further into this and see if I can get your statement from the police. I don't think they touched your physical statement to the police. What did you say to them during this process? Obviously, you went down there to report another crime, but I'm referring to at the time that you were arrested by the police. What did you divulge to the police? Did you admit to anything? This is stuff we need to know so we can make a plan of action going forward. Obviously, I'm your lawyer. I do what I want to do at the end of the day, but I can advise you in the right direction since you're hiring me as your lawyer as to how I think this will play out in court and the best plan of action and course that we take going forward to either get you free or get you the least amount of time. But at the end of the day, this is ultimately your decision at the end of the day, how we want to go about this. I mean, you're facing misdemeanors, which are okay, but that big, serious attempted murder charge, that is the thing is when you fired the weapon, did you ever fire a weapon at the other party that was involved in this? Did you ever point that weapon and shoot at a person, or did you just shoot at a car? Up truth, most honest here. This is going to be crucial on that attempted murder.
Up truth, most honest. I aimed it at Mr. Burgess. I never actually shot
Mr. Burgess. You never fired the weapon at Mr.
Not at him
whatsoever.
I fired it at the vehicle. The only time I aimed it at him is when he aimed at me.
When you say at the vehicle, was it the Jeep or what vehicle?
It was the Jeep. He was nowhere around.
So he was nowhere around the Jeep. So
no.
when Mr. Burgess was because you say he was shooting at when he was shooting at your shop, did you engage with him at that time?
No.
Or did you wait to leave? What happened?
I was in my part shop. I waited for him to leave. I didn't come out till he left.
Just letting you know that if I am quiet, it's because I'm writing some stuff down. Just so you
know. I get that.
So the only time you fired that weapon was at his Jeep. No one was around. Correct?
Yes.
You didn't engage in a firefight with Mr. Burgess. Correct?
No.
All right. So that's where it really is hinging on an attempted murder charge. I don't see an attempted murder is obviously to kill someone. Shooting at a Jeep isn't warrant of an attempt. Now, what we could, and we'll go over this further, but I just want to give you a little bit of an idea in my head of what I think. If we don't, if after we go to this preliminary, obviously I'll where the state's at and where the judge's head's going to be at. But I don't see an attempted murder charge sticking. And I'm going to give you, just like I said in the beginning, you're the client. What you want to do with this case is completely up to you. I just give my advice. But let's just say, go through the process of trying to, and we don't have to make, my suggestion here up front tonight is we'll go in, plea not guilty, and we try to get you out on bail. What the bail amount is, I'm not sure what the state's going to be looking for. From my experience practicing law, we can fight to get you out on a bracelet, to get you back working, making money. But obviously the state's going to, because they think you're, obviously with the charge they have against you, they're going to try to pin that you're an extreme danger to society. Now, a plan of action we could take, it's depending on the statement that you made to police when you were arrested, will be determination if this case is fully beatable. In regards to the attempted murder charge, for example, right, we could potentially get it dropped down to a reckless conduct with a deadly weapon type charge, which is far less of an offense than attempted murder. And attempted murder will put you in prison for a very long time, opposed to a reckless conduct with a deadly weapon. Yeah, it's still probably, I'd have to double check the penal code. It still might be classified as a felony, so you probably would lose your license to carry a firearm. But that's all hinging on how this, and like I said, we don't have to make no full decisions like that tonight. Tonight's basis is just to go in there. We need time, so we're going to go in there, and as long as you're okay with it, enter not guilty on charges. And we're going to push for bail, obviously, to get you out on the streets again, as well as push for a bracelet. So if they deem you as a danger to society, which it looks like they're trying to lean toward, if they're deeming you towards that, then at least they can track your whereabouts and know what you're doing. And maybe implement a curfew that you have to work a certain job, and you can work from a certain time, and then on those off hours you have to be inside. They know your whereabouts at all time. So let me just, before we wrap up here, what are you thinking in regards to this case? Like overall, like what are you looking to see happen? You're the one who knows currently what the statement to the police is. So you have to really understand that, my recommendation to lawyers, anytime you go to get arrested, you don't ever say a word, because that just makes it that much harder. If you don't speak, then they have to prove with evidence and witnesses that what you did, what they say you did, is what you actually did.
Yeah, I get that. At the time I made the statement, I was scared. So I don't even know if it's actually 100% honest, because during the time I made the statement, someone shot up the station.
Yeah, I hear that. That is definitely something we can look into. I have to look into more of the legalities behind being scared. Now, when you say scared, who would you be scared of? Would you be scared of the police? Would you be scared of
Mr. Burgess?
Okay, so that's what, obviously. So when you say you're scared of Mr. Burgess, so making the statement, right? So basically, what I'm asking, when you make the statement to the cops that you shot the weapon.
I made the statement that I fired my weapon in the back of my shop when him and I were cornered with a gun to each other's face, and an officer came in. To be honest, I don't know from memory if I shot that gun or not. There were too many gunshots going off between the two of them,
But so
and I was
with
scared.
the report, it looks like they're accusing you of shooting at a Jeep. So I don't think we really have to worry about you whatever happened inside the shop. It's more or less on. How we doing, officer? I can't hear you.
Your mouth's moving, but your voice box is broken.
Sorry, my bad.
Yep.
My bad. I had a peppermint in my mouth. It almost choked
Sorry,
me.
sorry.
15 more minutes, okay?
Okay.
Yep, we
Thank
probably
you.
won't be 15, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. Let's let him walk out real quick. Okay, so like, from what I'm reading from the report, is it doesn't look like we're really worrying about what happened inside your auto shop there. What it looks like is we're dealing with you being caught on CCTV, apparently shooting at a Jeep. So I don't think we have to worry about whatever transpired in there. It doesn't seem like they have any camera inside there to prove anything there. I think what they're strictly talking about here is you coming out of a business, and it looks like you shooting at the Jeep that Mr. Burgess was driving from earlier that day. So they're trying to hit you with an attempted murder for shooting at a Jeep. That is going to be that is no problem to fight. But the things that I think is going to be hard is that there's going to be did you admit to firing the weapon at that Jeep?
When I was first arrested, I admitted I took fire at the Jeep. But
okay, so there's going to be, it's right there, you know what I mean? We're looking to reduce charges. Obviously, we can't walk away from this scotch-free due to the fact that you talked to the police and admitted that you shot the Jeep. The motives as to why you shot the Jeep, what's your motive for shooting the Jeep? If he wasn't there, you know what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong. If he wasn't there when you shot the Jeep, what was your motive for shooting the Jeep?
like I told the officers that arrested me, he already shot my entire shop earlier, and prior to him shooting, I towed one of his Jeeps, and I noticed that above my shop, and I took revenge out for myself, since I already had one towed.
That's where it's tough. I mean, it's never should we obviously take revenge. I could understand if this was in line with this individual shot at you, and then you shot back. Self-defense case right there. You know what I'm saying? But here, this is revenge. So you admittedly, from what you're telling me, broke the law, and you told the police that you shot the firearm at the Jeep. The biggest thing here is what's really hinging here, and I need you to understand. And we'll talk more, and we'll go through that as to what the plan of action is going to be. But I think our biggest hurdle right now is getting that murder charge dropped down to a lesser charge. What do you think of that?
Well, I know it could be done, especially since they really don't have the weapon in their evidence locker as we
Oh,
speak.
so they don't even have a weapon.
No, it was in the truck during the time when I was at the station making my report, and my truck got blown up. So they don't really have it.
So they do not have a weapon. Okay, so
They don't
that
have
is
it.
good to know. Let me write that down real.
Like, I even tried to get into the truck to get it, and I couldn't get it. So I think it's
great.
gone.
See, this is what sucks here, man, is that if you didn't admit to shooting the firearm, so they know the firearm was shot by you because it came from you. You admitted to doing that, but they don't have the. I'm gonna have to really dig deep into some legality stuff to see how we could pan this out. But I think we go in there tonight, plead guilty, not guilty on everything, because this court process could be dragged out a little bit. Whether we work with the state for a plea deal down the road, and again, that's your choice. I'm just here to advise you on what I think the best possible outcome will be. And I'm gonna go, if with your permission, obviously, I'm gonna go to the state and after all this, because I'm gonna when we get the done, I'm gonna have to then start diving into paperwork and make a plan of action here, and that's when I'm gonna need you to come down to my office, and I'll obviously give a call to the staff here that can give you my business card as well. So if and when you do get released from here, you have my phone number and you have where the office is, so we can really go down and sit down there and hash out a plan that you think's the best for you. During that meantime, I'll prepare my stuff to explain my thought process on it, and you as hiring me, I'm you here. You're not working for me, so whatever you want me to do is what I'm gonna do. I just advise in the best interest of what I think as a lawyer as to what could potentially happen in the outcomes. We go into that court hearing tonight. We plead not guilty to all charges, and we fight for bail. We don't need to sit here and argue state tonight. They're going to try to put all the evidence as to why you shouldn't, and I'm going to put forth on my end as to why that you deserve to be released. Before this, have you ever been arrested? Let me double check with that. I haven't got a chance to run your background. Is this your first ever arrest?
This is literally my first arrest.
And from my understanding is you worked for LS Customs, so you served this community doing work for police officers. Do you have relationships with officers outside here? Like, are you friends with any of these cops? Do they know you as a person?
Lieutenant Speedy, because I've worked on his personal vehicles at my shop.
So some of these officers, they know exactly that you are a decent guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially since the officer standing outside that door is my stepbrother.
So I don't think we're gonna have an issue getting you out. I really don't, because you don't have a rap sheet, a long history of violent activity as to would be a danger to the public. I'm gonna say to you is that you don't have a huge history. It looks like you made some mistakes here, but I don't want to go in there saying he made mistakes here, because we're pleading not guilty. So we want to deal with either a plea or a trial at a later date where we go from there. I don't want to say anything that would obviously incriminate you in this. So we're going and then you let me know if this is what you want to do. We're going to go in there, plead not guilty to charges, and then we're going to fight for the reason as to why you should get bail. Do you have a family or anything like that? Or
like I said, my stepbrother standing literally right outside that door, because I don't have a home. I currently lived in that shop.
And who's running the shop? Is the shop closed? You got work just sitting in there?
I currently had to give my employee a call, and he's currently running the shop.
But so you need to get back in there to run your business. There's cars in there, correct? For other citizens in the state that need those cars done? All right, so that's a reason why we need to get you out. You serve this community. We need to get you out to get you back to work so you can get these cars finished for these other civilians in this. So like I said, the plan is, and then let me know if this is what you want to do. We're going to go plead not guilty. We're going to ask for a bail amount. Do you have any cash? Do you have any way of money to pay a bail?
I have $18,000 on me when I was arrested. That's what I had in cash.
$1,000 on you.
Yes.
All right, so I think we're going to shoot for a $10,000 bail. They're probably going to go way higher. Obviously, we don't want them to drain all your money so that you can working and buy food for your house or food for the shop, whatever it is. So, if we have to, 10 to 15,000. Obviously, we can't go higher than 15,000. You need some money in your
Yeah.
pocket. So, if they're gonna go for a bail, we're gonna shoot for. I'm gonna shoot 10. If they don't like that, then we'll go 15, and then we'll ask for the ankle bracelet, and then obviously you'll have to report to any other. Does that sound all right to you?
Yeah, that sounds good. And I'd like to throw in, if they need an officer to keep an eye on me, I'd like for it to be my stepbrother, because he did offer me a room to live in.
You can try that, but it might be a contrast. I don't know if the judge will take that due to him being semi-related to you. So we'll see that. I do think that they might implement a curfew, but we'll go from there on the work hours. Usually they work with that. So I mean, I think that's a great plan going in. We have a lot to dive into going forward, but this is the basis of. We don't need to go in there to prove innocence in any of this. We're just looking to get the charges read to us, the plea in as well through the bail, and then we go from there and we go through our next steps. But I think this was a great appointment. I got a lot of work to do, and I'm going to do my best to get you the best outcome I possibly can here.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely, and I'm doing this as pro. Just so you know, I'm not going to charge you. This is a pro bono appointment and pro bono case, so you don't have to worry about paying me any. Right?
No, I appreciate that. I mean, if I had to, I would pay you, because I heard you're the best.
I took this case on. I saw it come across my desk and in the news and stuff, and I wanted to take this case. So I'm happy to do it for you for free. I just need you to listen to my advice going through the case. Can get the best possible outcome, because I have to state it like this before we finish up. I've seen in the past, sometimes the state will back with a plea deal. Sometimes, some of my clients, and like I work for my clients, they want to take it to trial. I advise them that, this isn't a case that's fully winnable. And usually when you take a case to trial and the state has a good enough case, we're using state resources and money to do that. So then they fight for the maximum. And we're not trying to get that either. So I think we got a good case here to get some of it out, and we'll go. But I think our time's running up here, and I will see you tonight at your court hearing at 8:00 court. Okay.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, Mr. Mornings, just hang tight there. We'll get this figured out. Hopefully, we can get you back out in the free world tonight. All right.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I really want to get out of here.
Yes, sir. Just hang tight there. Behave in here. Obviously, don't get in any trouble, because the here they do get sent to the court. Make sure you behave in here. Don't do anything stupid, because it's only going to make your time worse. Okay?
Yeah, I get that.
All righty, Mr. Mornings. We'll tonight, okay?
I will see you tonight. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Officer? Officer?
I got him.
We are all set here.
Prisoner's gonna be transported back over to cell block D. All right, I got you. Come on over and that you find out for me. Okay.
Okay.
What was that? Sorry.
I think we got a strong case here.
Just come on over here for me.
All right.
I think we're going to be able to get away with this scot-free. I think it's going to go good for us. Genuinely. Like genuinely speaking, I genuinely think this is actually going to be good in our case.
Cell block D, prison number 1028977, gonna be returning back over to cell block D.
I appreciate you letting me speak with my lawyer.
Absolutely. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, especially since I'm going to plea not guilty.
Prisoner 1017667 is gonna be transferred over to cell block D. Do you want chow or no?
I could use a little bit of food. I mean, the water in there sucks.
Come on. Open main gate.
You might want to reopen it. Hang on. Open it. There we go. Touchy doors.
Close main gate. Close main gate. Open side gate number 4. Side gate number 4. Close gate. Side gate 4. Open chow hall door. Open chow hall door. Door number 3.
Hey, Jerry. Yeah, I could use a burger, please. Yeah, you can go and put in the pocket there. That, thanks, Jerry. All right, I'm all set. We can head back to my block.
Turn around for me. Turn around for me.
Mm-hmm.
We're already inside of the gates. I trust you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna run. I ain't that kind of criminal.
You better not. I'll fucking tase you.
I'd hope not.
Let's go. Open chow hall exit door. Chow hall exit door. You gotta wait, man. Shit.
What? What?
I got to announce it. Shit.
I'm sorry, they leave those ones unlocked so we can actually get there.
I know. I know.
You know, it's not fun being locked in a cell block.
Oh, I know. No, it's not.
Especially when you know you're not guilty. Alright, fine.
Here's
Oh, wait.
why you're only where you're at.
You can announce it.
Open cell block D, door number 3. Cell block D, main entrance.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, which one's yours?
Number 1.
Okay. Cell block number 1, cell block number 1. Close cell block number 1, close cell block number 1. Alright, so your hearing's at 8 p.m., so I'll be around here about 7:30 to pick you up, okay?
Okay, I'll see you in court.
Alright,
Love you.
I love you too, be careful.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Now to eat this tasty burger. I'm hungry. And alright. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll be in court. You know what's gonna be funny? Come on. Park literally right there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Ow.